Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to gannaca Future Challenges. This episode is going to be about data drivenness, which is an issue that is especially interesting for organizations and businesses that intend to grow. Because traditionally, growth was possible through a pretty linear addition of resources, especially in marketing and sales. In other words, by pushing more with more money, especially, so you would eventually squeeze out your competition by becoming louder, by becoming more visible, by sitting on the laps of your customers and clients on a much more frequent base. Yet, in the digital modern era, we have started to understand that the superior resource is information, and information comes from data. And data, ladies and gentlemen, that isn't something coming from the future that you would need an IoT for, or some super algorithms, or even an AI. But it is something that sits within your organization already. The problem here in most organizations is that these treasures of data, including that crucial information that you need to grow or to run a growth hack, is not being looked at. It's hidden away in silos. You've got all these different departments, like the marketing department, the sales department, the procurement department, the HR department. Maybe you've got even an archive, and they're all organized in silos. And despite the fact that that sounds odd, and it sounds like something that should really belong to the past, it's something that's very vivid, because it takes a change in perspective and a lot of effort to change that perspective and to do something about it. So you've got all these silos, and you've got heads of these departments, directors, whatever they are called, and they try to do the best with their distinct treasure curves, but the magic only happens once you combine all that. And to do that, what you need is a data landscape. You've got to bring the right people to one table, to one meeting room, so all these different representatives, and ask them actively, what kind of data do you sit on? And then you can start with a very fascinating question, which goes, what could we actually know? And the answer to that promise will be something that is much bigger than what you actually work on as knowledge today. And here's the difference. What could we know through the data that is sitting inside our organization already is a very different question than what would we like to know. Getting to that is much more complicated than actually tapping into the potential that you are already having. And some steps later, when you actually have your data landscape and you know how clean your data pipeline is that you already have, you can even count it, you can do the math, and you can put it into relationships with your business objectives, and you will see your growth potential. You will learn that, of course, a small part of your clients and customers will be responsible for the vast majority of your success, of your turnover and profits, and then you can start to tweak. Do this as a start, and then as a second step, a later step, you can start to think about very futuristic scenarios where you install more sensors and chips and you build up a much more sophisticated system. But the data landscape, that is the beginning of turning and transforming your organization into a truly data-driven business. If you need us to help you working on that, you know how to contact us.